Hi and welcome back to a new video. I'm here in Las Vegas for CES 2024, starting the video series of probably 4, 5, 6 videos here at Be Quiet. And we will start with the Darkbase Pro 901 in the white edition. We already covered this in the black edition during Computex, and now they presented the white version. Everything about the Darkbase Pro 901 focuses on usability, flexibility, and the possibility to modify your case. So let's start with some basic functions that you might already be aware of, especially after covering the black case. It's exactly the same, but I will just run through some of the main features again. My main highlight is the fact that you can invert the motherboard tray. So if you loosen this screw right here, you can take out the entire motherboard tray and turn it around, which allows to place the system not only on the right side, but also on the left side of your desk. And also it allows to invert the system, which I think, especially for water cooling, is pretty interesting because you can finally look on the GPU, even if it's not vertically mounted inside the case. So that's something I really like. Then you also have those small gimmicks like this GPU holder. It's magnetic, so you can fix it inside a case. And the idea behind it is that you have this arm that allows the GPU to rest on it. So you would place it somewhere here, make sure that your GPU is sitting on this arm, and at the same time you can hide your cable management behind this arm, which is a 2-in-1 function and pretty flexible the way they made it. So I think that that's a pretty cool thing. And then you can swap out the main panels. So you can turn the airflow case into a noise dampening case. You can swap out the front panel, this one, and the top panel. So you have those accessory ones. You can see it's basically a white piece of plastic that has this noise dampening material inside that you can then place in front on top. But you have to be aware that obviously it will basically disable your airflow, so it will definitely have an impact on performance, but it will allow you to build a silent system. I would definitely prefer the airflow version, and there is one thing I missed on covering the black version of the case. So if we take out this cover, then we get access to this shield where you can mount in your fans. And I also want to highlight that the top part is 360 radiator compatible, so you can mount 360 rad on top and 420 in the front. You can see there are also 3 140mm fans included, and those are the Silent Wings 4, and obviously in the white version. And after this case is now going to be available, the fans in white will also be available standalone. And going back to those fan mounting bracket, there's one thing I missed on the black case, which I really like. So if you take this out, you will see that there is this tiny PCB on this end that has 3 fan headers. And what I find pretty cool is that it allows conveniently to mount the fans on this bracket, and then you can have all the wiring go to here, and if you mount it in the case, it will make contact to this PCB, which then means that it's going to make contact to the RGB or like fan controller. So you can always take out the entire frame with the fans and you don't have to disconnect the wiring, which is extremely convenient. There's another interesting and also kind of hidden feature in the Darkbase Pro 901, and this is the 5.25-inch bay that is sitting in the bottom of the case. This is obviously something you wouldn't access on a regular basis, otherwise you would have to leave this open. But if you're looking for a case that nowadays can hold one of these drives, like, I don't know, a CD drive or something, then this could be an option for you. In the front panel area, you have 4 times USB Type A, 1 time USB Type C, and also included fan and RGB control, which is touch-based. So you can adjust the fan speed if you want to, if that's something you're looking for. Obviously, you can also always connect the fans to the motherboard or any kind of other fan controller directly. Another cool extra feature is the wireless charging on top of here, which has a power of 15 watts. So if you have this case sitting next to you on your desk, for example, you can place your phone on here and it will do wireless charging. After removing the side panel, you can see that it's from the inside covered with the same noise dampening material than the other covers which we saw earlier that you can replace for front and top. Obviously, this will always be the same. There is no like airflow version of the backside, which wouldn't make a lot of sense because you will try to hide your cables there anyway. And hiding the cables is obviously one very important thing building your PC. Maybe not so much the hiding, but also the cable management features. And especially those rails is something I personally like a lot because they allow to, well, put your cables in first, and then you can also tighten them on there. For example, with cable ties, you can connect it to here and make sure you have them very tidy aligned inside your build. So that's very helpful. There's also dual 3.5-inch base in the front, in the bottom, so you can put HDDs or SSD there. And optionally, you can also remove this and mount a radiator on the side if you want to. That's it. A quick view from CES here at Be Quiet. Obviously, they showcase a lot more products as well, but I think you're familiar with all of them, like CPU coolers, and it also makes more sense for me to test them in separate and dedicated videos from home. That's something I'm still planning to do with this cooler. And we will also have a build coming up soon with this new white case, which I think should be very entertaining. And I think tomorrow there will be the next video coming from CES. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye-bye.